Hello everybody and welcome to this video about gambler's fallacy. What is the gambler's fallacy? That is the misbelief that the outcome of a random event, like a coin toss, is influenced by previous outcomes. And what does that exactly mean? Well, let's toss a coin. What are the chances for it? The probability for either outcome is 50%. I'd say we can agree on that. Now let's toss some more coins. And how about now? What is the probability that the next toss will be heads in this scenario? The answer is still 50%. And that is where the gamble fallacy kicks in. Some people might think, 5 times heads in a row. It's very unlikely that there will be another heads. Yeah, no. A wonderful thing about probability is only the presence is relevant. It doesn't matter if we toss a coin 1 time or 10,000 times, get 2 times heads in a row or 20. The probability will always be 50%. A common counter-argument is, but it has to balance out at some point. It is impossible that there's only heads. Well, yeah, no. At this point it gets a bit tricky. It is correct that it has to balance out at some point, but when is at some point? The law of large numbers states that the larger the number of trials, the closer we get to the expected average. So in order to reach the expected value, we need infinite trials and therefore infinite time. Everything under infinite trials is an approximation that gets more and more accurate. So it is possible to only get heads as an outcome for every single coin toss a person makes in his or her life. But we are a spark in the bonfire that is called time. What I want to say with that is, space-time might be going on forever, and our universe is just a short time span that will come to an end. Maybe at another point in another universe, someone might continue tossing a coin. Let's get back to the main topic, the gambler's fallacy. If you don't think about it, we naturally go the right way. If someone asks us, heads or tails? We choose one of them. We usually don't ask what the outcomes of the last 100 tosses were. But the interesting thing is that we can actually backtrack our outcomes and the probability. Let's go back to our first example, 5 times heads in a row. Every toss had a probability of 50%. Therefore, 5 times a half equals 3.125%. That is a pretty small number. And here we take a quick look at pattern recognition. In this process, we match information from stimulus with information retrieved from a memory. In this case, we have problems remembering a sequence of consecutive head outcomes. Therefore, the probability must be low. What we just confirmed. But let's draw a tree diagram. Every time we toss the coin, we have 2 branches that split in another 2 branches until we tossed the coin 5 times. As you can see, it is not surprising we have problems remembering because it's only one of many possibilities. 1 out of 32 to be exact. This particular way, and the opposite way of all tails, is very distinctive. Who can remember whether or not it was tails, head, tails, tails, head, or head, tails, head, tails? But 5 times the same? That is a special pattern and it burns into our brains as barely seen. Although it is as likely as all the other possible ways, 3.125%. A good example is the lottery. Tell others that you are going for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They will declare you insane because those numbers never show up. A much better way, according to some, is to pick numbers that showed up the least so far. Remember the coin and the even out? Well, this is the same, but on a whole new level. What I find very interesting is how people weave their own rules when it comes to gambler's fallacy. For example, linking probability to an object or person or group. A good example is a round of poker. Imagine one person gets 2 times 2 aces in a row in his hand. The person to his left thinks, I had no aces so far, it's about time. The one to the right thinks, yeah, he already got 2 times aces, there's no way I get some. The first one considers his chances being isolated from everyone. It's about what he had or didn't have. The second one is looking at the probability of the whole table. What he gets includes the outcomes of the other players. Or imagine 2 people rolling a die. They're rolling a die in turns, 3 times. The outcomes were 1, 6, 3, 6, 2, 6. The 4th round starts. Is the probability now linked to the die? There were already 3 times 6, therefore less probable. Or linked to the person? The chances for rolling a 6 is higher for player 1 than player 2, because he already had 3 of them. Still 1/6. For the end, I like to talk about the concept of infinity a little more. I think it is very interesting and also very complicated to comprehend. To say, only the presence is relevant, because we are talking about infinity, seems odd. Take this short line here. It describes infinity, meaning both ends never stop. No matter where we put our flag on, this will be the presence, because the line extends to the left and to the right. Like we said, it doesn't matter what was, because there will always had been more, and there will always be more. So we are always at 50%. Another, in some kind of way useful way to look at this is with the concept of parallel universes, or multiverse. For example, by using the theory of quantum mechanics, we can argue that every time we face a decision, or to be precise, a quantum measurement is made, a new universe is created for every possible outcome, also known as the many interacting worlds theory. Imagine we roll a die. That means that 5 new universes are created, one for every outcome we didn't get. And moreover, we have instantly evened out the probability. Therefore it doesn't matter what we did roll or what we will roll. 3 times a 1 in a row? Damn it. But on the bright side, in some universe, a version of us rolled 3 times 6. And that's it for the gambler's fallacy. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, have a good one.